Hello and welcome Crypto News. Today is November 29th, 2025, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows. Let's start with Switzerland, which is increasing the exchange of information on the tax movements made by each citizen by 2027. What Switzerland has done, which we already know from Crypto News, is that it has created a global framework for the allocation of taxes on cryptocurrencies and essentially many countries, and it has been signed by 70 countries, will connect with each other and send tax information on their citizens to each other if necessary. Let's say all of this is postponed until 2027 without being sure if we will see it then. Moving on to our ETFs now, we will go to the Bitcoin Spot ETF, which on November 28th closed with $71 million in positive inflows, while the Ethereum ETF closed on November 28th with $76 million in inflows. For ETFs, let me also tell you that BlackRock continues to buy Bitcoin through its ETF, as BlackRock's Strategic Opportunities portfolio, which is one of the firm's proprietary mutual funds, has increased its exposure to Bitcoin through its own ISR Bitcoin Trust. Let's say he now owns 2,397,423 shares worth $155.8 million as of September 30th, a 14% increase from the end of June, where BlackRock continues to buy Bitcoin from its own products, while BitMine continues to buy Ethereum and bought $44 million in Ethereum, with Mr. Tom Lee being optimistic and making another prediction, which this time says that Ethereum could potentially reach $7,000 to $9,000 by the end of January 2026, where slowly all those who make predictions from where they said there would be alt season in early 2025, now we are entering 2026 as you can see slowly. Continuing our news, we'll go to our exchanges and first go to KuCoin, which secures MiCA licenses in Austria, so it's now legal throughout the European Union with the exception of Malta for some reason, so we've reached the point where exchanges like KuCoin have got licenses and haven't gotten licenses yet. Binance for some reason. Moving on to our exchanges, we will mention UPbit, which first of all I want to tell you that its hack was due to the Lazarus Group, the well-known North Korean hacker group, while from another article we learned that UPbit has already covered all the damages suffered by its customers from their own money. Moving on to the mistakes, we will mention the reason why 90% of the producers are freezing, as we did not have good cooling systems. Specifically, a damage to the cooling system stopped 90% of the producers of exchanges worldwide after the machines overheated in a Cyrus 1 data center in Illinois. This caused the CME systems to malfunction, and thus 90% of the producers froze. However, we do not only have a problem there, we also have a problem at OpenAI, which confirmed a data breach. Let's say that a breach at analytics provider Mixpanel earlier this month exposed account names, email addresses, and browser locations for some users of OpenAI's API. So OpenAI has a problem, so pay attention to the emails you'll get from OpenAI here and there. Moving on to our companies, we're also going to go to Tether, which is the largest stablecoin we have in the cryptocurrency market. As we know, it's mining Bitcoin. However, it's shutting down mining operations in Uruguay due to the high energy costs there, so it's stopping mining there. Moving on to our coins, we're going to go to Cardano, and we're going to go to a proposal for 70 million ADA to upgrade Cardano. Specifically, the key players behind Cardano, namely the institutions that support it, such as Inboot Outboot, Emergo, Cardano Foundation, Intersec, and Midnight Foundation, have all together decided on a budget that aims to address the gaps that limit Cardano from being faster. These 70 million ADA will support the integration of first-degree stablecoins, digital protection of institutional data layers, bridges, Oracle DeFi, and whatever it takes as far as Cardano understands, so we're waiting for the D-Reps to vote on this proposal or not, along with the rest of the community. And for the last part of our day, we're going to go to Brave, which, as you know, has its own currency, BAT, because Brave is a browser that has managed to reach 101 million users. And let me tell you, it's still being used by people who aren't into crypto today, so because of that number that it's managed to reach, BAT's currency is up 53% on the 7-day chart. Moving on to our favorite cryptocurrency market, we're going to go to Bitcoin, which is currently at 90,000. However, we also had the worst November in the last 7 years. November ended, it seems, with a 16.86% decline for Bitcoin, and we haven't seen such a bad month since 2019, which closed with a 17.27% decline. As for December, according to history, we are below 50-50. Let's see if it will be a green or red month. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, November 29th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.